to the Quickly Clueless. I'm the Monk, and today I'm here with a Wasteland 3 review. Developed by InXile Entertainment, published by Deep Silver, currently running on the Unity engine. For those of you that don't know, Wasteland 3 is based in a post-apocalyptic America. You take on the role as the Rangers and decides the outcome of Colorado, and ultimately who is in charge, and that is completely up to you. This is a top-down turn-based RPG. The battle style is most comparable probably to XCOM 2 or XCOM series in general, but this feels and looks very Fallout. You definitely get that vibe while playing this game. One of the best things about this game has got to be the fact that this is fully voiced. Now, I have yet to found a character that hasn't been actually voiced when you engage in dialogue, and there is a lot of dialogue in this game, so that has got to be completely commended by the studio. Now, I personally played Wasteland 2, and this is definitely a step up. Now, I've got to say that I haven't actually completed this game yet, but what I have done is spent many hours actually finding out if this game is what it says. Now, this game presents choices to you, and it actually delivers on those choices. The choices you make in dialogue options or the choices you make in actions throughout the game really do depend and change the world around you completely. The consequences could be tiny, or the consequences you won't actually find out uh, until many hours later within the game. I've been let down by many games claiming this before, but this game actually seems to have delivered on it. Something I found quite unique, however, is your character build and how that affects how your game plays out. For instance, right at the beginning of the game, I don't know, it's probably within the first half an hour of the game, depending on which build you have, could be completely different. You know, either people you rescue or interactions you have, depending on whether you have first aid up to level 4 or, you know, melee up to level 3. And the character customization as well is massive. There are a lot of choices in this. There's everything you'd expect there to be, and a lot of visual choices too. There's a lot of things in there that you would all be very familiar with when it comes to melee weapons, small arms, sniper rifles, you know, the weapons that you use. And then you even have general skills and exploration skills. On top of that, you have social skills as well. So there's a lot to get into and a lot to think about what's going to happen after you've done all of that, or you know, you've looked at putting in a few points to that. You have little things as well, like the background of your character, to give yourself a little bit of even RPG story role type of thing. Or of course you could just manipulate it and pick which one has the best perk for you. And after that, again, you have quirks to make your character stand out even more. You'll get a buff and you'll also get some kind of debuff. Even the small detail in the writing for a particular quirk I found quite amusing. Some of these are actually hilarious. And there's no funnier background than Goat Killer. Not to mention the 5% chance to critical damage also really helps. And I think that's one of the things I love about this game. This game doesn't take itself too seriously. There are definitely some out there scenes and things that you probably wouldn't find in other similar post-apocalyptic RPGs out there. This game definitely does try to take it to the next level, and it delivers on it as well. And the point of all of this is this game is really replayable, and after your first go, you're going to want to replay it as well to find out some of those extra outcomes. And it has scaling difficulty as well. There are a lot of different options you can pick, from rookie to wastelander, ranger, and the last one is called super jerk, where, you know, in true XCOM style, they are going to screw you when you come to try and take that perfect shot. But I think one of my favorite parts of this game was actually giving me a home base, something that I can work towards upgrading and completing, something that I can call my own. I loved it in games like Dragon Age, and I loved it in this too, going out into the world, finding someone that would be good for my base and improving it. Something this game does rather well as well is loot, because there is a lot of loot in this game. But the best thing that it does is gives you a shared loot pool, so you're not having to micromanage everyone's loot and everyone's weapons and ammo. It goes into one big backpack where every single person in a party shares. And the loot itself isn't boring either, it's really diverse. There seems to be a lot of weapons in this game, and it's randomized loot as well, so I can't tell you that the best sniper rifle in the game is going to be in the third corridor on the right, because when you go down there, it could be something completely different. But if there's something this game is, it is immersive. It is very, very deep, and it brings you in, and it does a great job of what it's trying to achieve. Unfortunately though, this game isn't without its faults. I've played for quite a while now, I've played online, and I've played single player, and I've had crashes, I've had dashboards, I've had camera clippings, and the loading screens are just too long if you ask me. This is a £55 game, and so because it is a fully priced game, you know, it has to be put up there with the likes of completely polished games, and unfortunately this game isn't as polished as I would have liked it to have been. But even with that, I've really enjoyed my time playing this game, and I'm gonna give it a 7.5 out of 10. It's definitely worth buying. And if you're interested in picking it up, there is a discount link in the description for Green Man Gaming. I haven't actually finished this game yet myself, but I am definitely looking forward to doing so. I've actually restarted this game 3 times now, just for the replayability, finding out if the choices really did have that much of a consequence. I've had a lot of fun doing so. But what was the craziest thing you've seen in this game so far? For me, it was being able to wear head to toe in bondage. That was a little bit random. But I've been TheMonk, and we have been the Critically Curious. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and if you have, maybe think about giving us that like, and if you're not subscribed, maybe think about doing so. We're still currently chasing that big 1,000 mark, and so every subscriber definitely helps and is very much appreciated. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I'll catch you on the next one.
Maybe. The rest is gonna be sorry he stayed home. He loves him some entrails. Sharpened my... Ooh, I'll sharpen my knife on your bones, and I'll wash it clean in your blood.